Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe out there. Big shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification as well, because as you can see right here, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom. Yes, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. Things are just getting started in crypto, especially with Ripple and the SEC. Very interesting stuff. All right. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through. It would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So please give it a good old thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's right down there. All right. Also, little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff. I do not want to see anyone get financially hurt. My number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose. We can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in cryptos. All right. So please be careful out there. Do your own research and due diligence. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the formalities are out of the way. It's late afternoon, but I just wanted to put something up. And who has read the actual Bitcoin white paper? I actually read it today, believe it or not, and I'm in my office right now, and I printed it off. There it is right there. I don't know if you can see it. So that's the Bitcoin white paper. I read through it, and I mean, it just, you know, you're going to have to read this probably about 10 or 20 times to actually understand it. So it was quite fascinating. But also what's fascinating is that 72% of the votes right here basically said that they have not read the white paper. So go and have a read of it. It's fascinating how Satoshi Nakamoto actually, you know, put all this together with Bitcoin. Fascinating stuff. Anyway, I was just curious. Anyway, moving on. Is $30,000 USD the bottom for Bitcoin? 70% out of 1,100 votes have said no, it is not the bottom. And 28% of you had said yes. Now, Bitcoin has not moved past that 30K. It's been pretty much sideways for the last couple of months. So I'm curious. We'll see what happens. And again, let's move on to CoinSpot. This is where I buy my cryptos in Australia. We'll have a look at the prices now. There is a referral link below for CoinSpot. Please feel free to use that. You can get $10 in Bitcoin. I use CoinSpot on a daily basis. And again, I buy my cryptos every week, dollar cost averaging, and it's an incredible exchange. Very safe and secure. And their customer service team is really good too, by the way. Let's have a look at these prices, and they are in Australian dollars. Everything else is set to USD because I'm catering for everybody around the world. Quick go through these ones, like, ladies and gentlemen. $43,000 Bitcoin AUD. Ethereum's at 2,596. You've got Cardano at 93 cents. You've got XRP at 57 cents. And I'm surprised that that hasn't been pumping, just given the news that's come out of this media hearing that was, you know, basically yesterday in the United States. We'll get into that in a second. Solana's at $56. You've got Dogecoin 11 cents. Polkadot's $13. Tron 11 cents. Shiba Inu's up slightly today. I'm still holding my Shiba Inu. Matic 89 cents. You've got LTC, which has got some issues at the moment, believe it or not. They're actually going to be delisted off a few exchanges, which is going to be fascinating to see what happens there. Link's up nearly 5% to $12. I think that's still incredibly cheap. You've got Near Protocol at $7.39. That's still cheap. Stellar XLM, just some interesting stuff about Ripple Stellar XLM and Ripple XRP, what they're doing in Australia. We're going to have our own stablecoin. That's awesome stuff right now. We'll get into that in a second as well. 20 cents for Stellar. Algorand's at 58 cents. You've got VeChain at 4 cents right now. Hedera's at 12 cents. Now, that is definitely a buying opportunity. There's some buying opportunities everywhere right now. Obviously, you've got Axie Infinity up 1.43% to $28. You've got the Graph, 21 cents. IOTA's at 50 cents as well. Neo's at $17. I've taken a massive hit on that one again, but I do receive the passive income paid out on CoinSpot. Holding it on there, you get paid. Gas, the token, look that up. It's pretty interesting. You've got FTM at 49 cents. Quant's at $92. If it hits that $80 mark, I will definitely buy some. Moving down to my other favorites here, Gala's at 11 cents. Now, that is definitely one of my favorite play-to-earn gaming coins. I think the gaming in general is going to be massive this year. When all this, you know, Web3 comes out and metaverse stuff, I think it's going to be awesome. Luna Classic is pumping right now, up 19.98%. That's good to see that. I am holding that. And XDC is up 0.82% to 5 cents, which is still incredibly undervalued. Trade finance, guys, the TFD initiative as well. We'll get into some interesting stuff about that. I'm so bullish on it. Let's go to crypto bubbles. Let me refresh this. And again, Luna Classic is pumping up 20% today. Nice to see that as well. I mean, obviously, you know, only a small investment, but you never know with Luna at the moment. It's crazy. It just goes up and down, up and down. Helium is up 9.6% today. I'm curious to know if anyone's actually using the Helium miner. I was considering getting one, a few months back, but we'll see what happens with that. Theta is still up 3.9% today as well. Some other stuff here, guys. XCC is down. FTT is up 5.6%. Anyway, Cardano, definitely undervalued in my opinion as well. That's bullish on that one, 65 cents USD. I've seen predictions for this to be at least a 3-digit coin. We'll see how that one goes. Now, moving on, the SEC made a big mistake that will come back to haunt them in the XRP lawsuit, says legal expert Jeremy Hogan. I agree with him right now. They just were playing ping pong with the judge, and the judge is not putting up with any more of their rubbish, which again, I'm liking what the judge's questions toward the SEC were. They're actually quite good. So the US Securities and Exchange Commission is erring in their XRP lawsuit against Ripple, according to the crypto legal expert Jeremy Hogan. Recent squabbles in the lawsuit have centered around documents relating to the former SEC director William Hinman, who made a speech in 2018 which he stated Ethereum was not a security. And I'm telling you, I reckon there's something really damaging in these documents and these internal emails, guys. There really is. So the judge, Sarah Netburn, first ordered the SEC to produce the emails relating to the speech in January, but the SEC challenged the order. Netburn struck down the challenge and ordered the SEC to hand over the requested drafts and emails in April, though she did grant the clarification. The SEC then requested more time to file an objection against Netburn's decision, overrule their challenge. Netburn's decision to overrule their challenge, a hearing on Wednesday, just yesterday, centered on the SEC's objections, according to Hogan. The lawyer notes that the SEC has made mistakes because it has argued with different strategies regarding the Hinman emails. So this is interesting, but there was a big mistake made by the SEC in this hearing. Remember last year we talked about the theory of a case and why it is so important to stick with your theory in litigation. And then we talked about how it was a mistake for the SEC to change its argument on what Hinman's speech was. If it was going to make the gambit that it was Hinman's personal opinion, you have to stick with that, and here's why. Now we know Judge Netburn has already ruled that, at least for discovery purposes, Hinman's speech was his personal opinion. So the SEC can now argue it's not relevant to anything, and that's fine, but we know that now hurts the SEC in those discovery motions. So there was a trade-off there, but the SEC attorney was trying really hard today, obviously yesterday, in arguing various positions in order to try win this motion, which was probably not really possible to even win. The judge asked, is the SEC taking the position now that the speech reflected the Division of Corporate Finance's position? And the SEC attorney said yes. Now, she tried to equivocate right now a little bit after that, but the first and direct answer was yes. And this is what basically he said yesterday in his video. Go watch that. It's awesome, by the way. Hogan also notes that the SEC attorneys said that the purpose of the speech was to provide the market guidance on how the commission would treat digital assets. Those two remarks put the Hinman speech back into play as market guidance and puts it back into relevance, which could haunt the SEC, according to Hogan. So this is going to be very interesting what happens and comes out of this, ladies and gentlemen. I really am looking forward to seeing what Judge Netburn actually decides in her ruling. It's going to be very interesting, so I'm keeping a very close eye on that. But some other bullish news right here. Check this out right now. This is Novatti Group. ASX, the Australian Stock Exchange, so announces stablecoin deals with Stellar and Ripple. That is bullish as anything. I'm going to play this and see if it actually works. Hang on a second.
Both based.
Thanks for tuning in to Finance News. I'm Melissa Darmwan.
Listen to this.
Joining us again is the Chief Executive Officer of Novatti Group, Peter Cook. Peter, nice to see you.
Mel, hello. Great to be back. Thank you.
Always lovely to have you here. Now, Novatti has recently announced 2 deals around your stablecoin services. Talk us through it.
We've been able to announce partnerships with both Stellar and Ripple, 2 of the major cross-border blockchain networks. both based out of Silicon Valley and both with very high market capitalizations relatively. Ripple we've done a lot of work with in the past for cross-border payments, and Stellar we had started on a blockchain program with them a number of years ago, but now we're really bringing it to life. So we're building a multi-chain stablecoin service, initially on both the Ripple and Stellar chains. And in fact, what's a great thing is both Ripple and Stellar are largely funding the development work and even some of the marketing work that we do to get our stablecoin service out. So the stablecoin will be a dollar for dollar backed Australian dollar stablecoin. So we are a licensed company. We'll be running our funds in trust accounts, and then we've got an Australian dollar stablecoin named AUDC, somewhat in line with the nomenclature of the US stablecoin USDC.
I know I think a couple of weeks ago we were just talking about the role of digital assets with Novatti. Can you loop that in regards to the strategy now?
So stablecoin for us is essentially a major foray into digital assets. We are still a payments company, a traditional payments company.
Keep listening.
But this now gives us a major entree between, let's call it cryptocurrency, which goes up and down and is subject to other market forces, and real utilitarian crypto-based assets. So we build the stablecoin, it becomes part of our ecosystem or our infrastructure, which is licenses, tech, commercial partnerships, and from there we leverage and monetize for our either financial services customers or end business type customers. We will provide services out as stablecoin as a service, and also for holding and transacting of funds for things such as cross-border payments, on-ramp, off-ramp for cryptocurrencies, and other services yet to be seen. In terms of partnering with Ripple and Stellar, I mean, they are two of the major networks. We've been able to work with them and be a major partner of theirs in Australia. And I think that goes to a lot of the success of Novatti, is that we can work with these global companies and bring through significant commercial deals.
Is that just bullish? Guys, that's incredible. I needed to play that. It's obviously on the news update that just came out only yesterday, believe it or not. So, or today, sorry, because it's the 9th. Unbelievable. So Australia is officially getting its own stablecoin, AUDC. There you go. So that's in with regards to Ripple and Stellar. That's bullish, man. And the thing I want to point out as well that he mentions is utilitarian. So utility. Focus on utility coins, because most of these 19,000 cryptocurrencies are going to be absolute rubbish. The only ones I'm focusing on are ones with real utility. Straight up, and you heard it from him right now. This is the director of Novatti Group here in Australia. So, I mean, utility coins, ladies and gentlemen, bullish as anything. I'll go through those in a second. And again, that's just basically an update on Ripple in the case right now. Now, a thing I want to point out as well. Now, this is interesting. I want to refresh this right here. Let me just wait for it to reload. Okay, my phone is absolutely having a moment right now. Let me just refresh. Did Ripple's co-founder, Jed McCaleb, sensed the fall and withdrew his XRP investment? Well, that's not my understanding of it. My understanding was he had to, part of his deal of leaving Ripple, he was, given a certain portion of XRP to sell, but basically he's been offloading that now for a while. So analysts by Blockchain Monitor Whale Alert suggest that Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb sold off more than 1 billion XRP between 2014 and 2019. Whale Alert also estimated that McCaleb has another 4.7 billion XRP left to sell, equating to around 5% of the total supply. Equating to 5% of the 5% of the total supply. At today's prices, the hoard is worth more than $1 billion, dwarfing the $138 million Whale Alert estimates that he made via XRP sales to date. So he sold obviously all these percentages right here. I'm not going to go through them all. But, he hasn't got that much left. I think he's only got a couple of weeks left worth of selling them off. So he's been offloading them. And again, from my understanding, I stand corrected if that's the case, but it was part of his, deal to leave Ripple, and he's been now selling them off, day by day. About 3.4 million XRP last I checked anyway per day. So I don't think he said that because he felt the downside of it. I mean, it's basically a fork of XRP anyway. on Ripple, sorry. Some other interesting updates here in relation to XDC. They're launching their own marketplace right now for NFTs. And also XDC for me is very bullish as well because, again, they're part of the TFD initiative right now, which basically is trade finance. This is massive. XDC is going after a massive industry right here. Absolutely crazy stuff. And I want to show you this now. This is the TFD initiative press releases in relation to new partners and members. And I'm just going to scroll down here because I read this afternoon. And I just want to bring this up right here. You can see right here, co-founder of XDC Network. So XDC Network, an enterprise-ready layer 1 hybrid blockchain dedicated to global trade financing. We are thrilled to support the TFD initiative using our smart contract technology and digital asset XDC. TFD initiative enables us to work closely with this series of bank and non-bank originators, offer them access to new types of investors, including retail, contribute to closing the SME financing gap. I mean, that's just crazy in itself. And I just want to point out as well that the trade finance ecosystem right now is valued at some crazy amount. Look at this, the need to improve the $5.2 trillion global trade finance ecosystem, which facilitates the movement of goods and services around the world, has been evident for some time. A recent Asian Development Bank study estimated that the gap of trade finance availability reached $1.7 trillion. Look at the numbers that you're talking about with trade finance. So this is the reason why I'm so bullish on XDC. Another utility-based project going after a utility that is going to be trade finance. Bullish on that. Nobody ever talks about XDC. Literally not one YouTuber talks about it at all. I don't understand why. Anyway, I'm one of them. I'm so bullish on it. Moving on. Global trade finance market 2022 and 2027 right now. This is just some estimates around here. So the global trade finance market is estimated to be $61 billion in 2022 and is expected to reach $85 billion by 2027, growing at 7.06% per year, which is insane. There's all kinds of stuff, but guys, it's definitely in the billions and trillions of dollars. Moving on, let's go to cryptometer.io, see where the money's been flowing. Then we'll get into Twitter, have a look at what's going on there. You've got USDC and Sol right there. And if you go to the last hour, let's just have a look. GMT stepping. Again, I'm not invested in GMT. I was trading that on 3 commas, but my bots are down so much. The deals are off the table. So that's the only reason why I was trading that as well. You've got Ethereum, Bitcoin, AVAX, BNB, Cardano, Theta, Axie Infinity, LTO, and Sun. Now, if we have a quick look through Twitter, see what's happening right here. Yes, I was reading the Bitcoin white paper. Novatti, an Australian stablecoin, AUDC. Sounds weird saying that, but that is happening right now. Some other stuff right here in relation to Ripple. Managing director of Ripple for Europe spoke with CNBC at Money 2020 on the company's positive streak amid challenging conditions in the crypto space. Go and have a look at that. That's an incredible interview as well. I mean, Ripple's just unstoppable right now. So Grayscale hires ex-lawyer from former US President Obama to fight its case against the SEC. These guys are unbelievable right now. Coin Bureau, love your channel, man. So he's basically saying, this is your daily reminder that Bitcoin in your exchange account isn't really yours. That is facts right there. Take your cryptos off the exchanges, ladies and gentlemen. Senators I can't pronounce her name right. I think it's Gillibrand, Senator Lumens as well. Would appear to me that Ripple has been way more transparent than Ethereum founders. Why is this transparency not rewarded for XRP in your bill? Why does Ethereum get a free pass as a commodity in your bill instead of an investigation? Have a listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. It's fascinating. I mean, it's facts right here. Brad's so transparent with everything. I just want to play it quickly. Have a listen.
Idea what's going on in those ecosystems, and I don't think that's good for the whole industry. So I think that's bad for Ripple too. The only interjection I have here is I find it interesting that Ripple is attacked for being transparent because we are very proactive, and we put actually the next XRP markets report, which we do quarterly, will come out sometime at the end of this week. But because we share that information and we're attacked for it, yet other platforms don't share that information, and so they are insulated from those same critiques and criticisms. I think in the dictionary that's called hypocrisy. I'm not 100% sure, but it's close.
Is there any plan for greater transparency within Consensus in terms of how it deploys its Ethereum?
Internally, sure. And, you know, we're a private company, and
Ripple's a private company too.
Absolutely. And transparency is important to us. But we also have to be strategic about information that we release. And
a person can buy from any number of different identities. We may limit the size, the unit size of a sale, just to make it easier to disguise. Let's say if you're a whale and you want some privacy, you can buy.
Anyway, so basically that's Joe Lubin right there with Ethereum Consensus saying that, you know, they can hide, you know, things going on in the Ethereum blockchain as well, make large transactions. If you're a whale and you want to buy, you know, 50,000 Ethereum, they can disguise that and not be transparent. So I don't understand this. Anyway, it's just really annoying and irritating that Ripple is being, you know, attacked basically for being transparent. Now, moving on, some interesting stuff here. Now, this is fascinating in relation to XDC, and I'm going to be quick here because this video's gone too long. Pay attention right now. Thank you, Cryptoc J2, for this. This is in relation to XDC right here. Andre Casterman and Marlon Dow's right here, Executive Director of Trade and Working Capital at JP Morgan right now. I'm particularly proud to launch today the first ever fintech collaboration guidelines for the International Chamber of Commerce Banking and Commission right now. And you've got here the TFD initiative, which is what I showed you before. And of course, XDC is part of that. Xinfin right there. You can see it on the screen. So I'm using my phone right here. It's a little bit tricky. Let me zoom out. Let's go to the next one right here. And I just want to point out as well for us Aussies, Commonwealth Banks are part of this. Deutsche Bank, SMBC. You've got Standard Bank right here, Standard Chartered, and Rabobank as well. And of course, Rabobank right here, he's part of this dude. Marlon Dow's right here. And again, if you go to the next one, sorry, let's just go back here. This is all, you know, in relation to Xinfin, JP Morgan. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's part of a bigger plan right here. So everyone needs to stay awake with this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't sleep on XDC, that's for sure. Crypto bill arrives this week in the last, 24 hours. PayPal allows transfer of crypto. UK government to begin testing blockchain tech. Citadel and Fidelity and Schwab to have crypto trading platform. Just stay with it, ladies and gentlemen. Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 11 right now. This is Michael Saylor in relation to Bitcoin. Have a listen to this crazy prediction right now. I want to play
system
it.
Is, in a sense, leveraged money. Could that then be that you see Bitcoin coming down considerably and just not ever reaching any kind of particular lofty height, and then you stand to lose quite significantly?
We don't see it that way. We actually see it the opposite, which is the big question forever has been, is this real? And if it's real, is it going to be banned? The deniers said this wasn't real, and of course they're being discredited as the administration and Congress and regulators embrace Bitcoin. And the skeptics have always said, well, it's real, it's better than gold, but it's so good, it's too good to be true, and the government's going to ban it. So if the deniers are wrong, and if the skeptics are wrong, and it's pretty obvious they're both wrong at this point, it's not going to zero. And if it's not going to zero, it's going to 1 million, because it's obviously better than gold at everything that gold wants to be. And if it was just worth what gold's worth, it'd be 500,000 a coin. So I really think we've crossed the
$500,000 a Bitcoin. That is insane right there. I think it's going to go to those levels. It really is. There's that much adoption happening with it. It's only a matter of time. Some other interesting stuff here. Lisa Zumberg is absolutely demolishing the SEC in this reply brief regarding the defendants' RFAs. I like how the SEC's own words in other court cases keeps coming back to bite them in the you-know-what, the butt. Some other stuff here. Quickly, I want to play this as well. Another video from Digital Asset Investor. Thank you for this one. Have a listen of Johnny Deaton right here.
What's going to did today's hearing bring the case closer to settling? I think as long as the ruling comes out, what's going to determine that, everybody, is whether or not Judge Torres would allow the SEC to certify an appeal, which I don't think. I think that the opinion will be bulletproof. Listen, I'm someone who's went on record to say that there's something in those emails that the SEC desperately doesn't want Ripple to know. Again, even if it's just a comment about, well, what about XRP? You know, isn't XRP arguably more decentralized than Ether or whatever? There's got to be some kind of reference that they believe is going to cost them to lose. And if there is something in those emails that costs them to lose, then why would they risk losing when they could go to Ripple and get a significant sum of money for a settlement, and then Gary Gensler could make us all upset to our stomach by bragging how he got one of the largest settlements in SEC history, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, that's true as well. I think a settlement's going to end up happening here. I mean, the way that they're going at the moment, it's definitely something to consider as well. There's some other tweets here, but I'm not going to go into all of those as well. Now, if I go to coin market cap, let's check the total market right now. 1.2 trillion US dollars, $63 billion in volume, 46% BTC, 17% Ethereum. And again, the only coins that I'm focusing on right now, and I will keep saying this daily, is the ones with real utility right here. XRP, 40 cents USD, Stellar XLM at 14 cents, Algorand's at 41 cents, Hedera's at 8 cents USD, IOTA's at 35 cents, Quant is at 64 US dollars, and XDC's at 3 cents. Literally, these are the only coins that I'm focusing right now because there's so much happening with these coins, with banks, institutions, you know, payment systems. These are the ones that are going to be changing the financial sector forever, guys, and that's the truth right now. And out of those 19,700 cryptocurrencies right there, that is just insane. Probably only 10% of those are going to be around. And I reckon that's the truth. Probably even less, probably even 5%. Who knows? But that's just crazy. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today's video. It's gone on for a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I had to get all this information out because there's so much happening every 12 hours. It's mental. All right, have a good night. We'll speak to you tomorrow. All right, peace. Bye.